everyone. Welcome back to VTV News.
This week has only been 4 days, but I've heard and felt that it's been excruciatingly long.
We have some exciting announcements about next year.
The course of study will be posted at the end of February on My Marlborough under Resources. Instructions for the online sign-up process will be available on class pages, and you can stop by the ARC and see Ms. Jahan, Ms. Callahan, or Ms. Gomez if you need help.
In other news, there have been the most blood drive sign-ups this year in Marlborough history. Ms. Brown and the American Red Cross are very grateful and wanted to say thank you.
There are only a few spots for the blood drive left at 7:15 or 7:30 a.m. in case you are still interested.
Casino night is back on. 9th graders get ready to party on April 14th.
Me too, also, because that is my birthday. All school council went down to the Lost and Found to debunk some myths and show you what you're missing. Here's what they found.
Here we are in a very important space on campus. As you take a look around, you might even see some of your own items.
This is my 7th and 8th grade tennis sweatshirt that I haven't worn since 7th or 8th grade.
And this is really an issue that affects everyone on campus. This is a sustainability issue, it's an arts issue, it's an athletics issue, it's an environmental issue, and really a student life issue when it comes down to it. We've heard all sorts of feedback about how it's difficult to get down here or people just forget, but I really actually think it only takes about 30 seconds. I don't really smell anything down here. I've gotten used to it. It's not that stinky. Lost and Found is going, we're going to have a facelift over spring break. Everything is going to be cleaned out. We're going to have some new lighting, some new paint. I think there's going to be a fancy wall decal from Etsy, I believe. Our wonderful parent volunteer coordinators who really work very hard to keep Lost and Found organized, and they come down once a week. Our head coordinator said that she treats this like it's her own personal boutique. At the end of the day, it really comes down to student responsibility. We should not be relying on parents or facility staff or teachers to be cleaning up after ourselves.
Yeah, so from an outreach standpoint, people get upset when they see people buying their stuff at Lost and Found sales, but really the stuff has been there for 6 weeks when they're in Lost and Found, so that's plenty of time to go pick up your stuff. Also, if you do go by there and you see your stuff there, you can pick it up free of charge, get your stuff, and then the stuff that is not bought in that sale gets donated. And so the money from that sale also goes to Violet's Giving Circle.
If you could just, come and get your stuff. There's some very unique items in here. I mean, we've got the crutches over there. Lacrosse sticks over there.
It looks really nice.
Is that a croquet mallet?
I know, croquet anyone? Lots of athletic stuff.
Got some lipstick.
Water bottles, but just from a sustainability issue, I think there's no reason that you can't come and get your water bottle, especially if it's labeled. This is also a good reminder to make sure you're labeling your item.
I think we could try calling the girl whose water bottle this is because she put her phone number on it. I go to Marlborough.
Am I the what?
I go to Marlborough, and I'm in the Lost and Found right now looking around to help people find some of their missing items.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is mine. And my daughter is Madeline, and she's in the class of 2021.
Okay, we will try to get that back to her.
I am so sorry. I will send her a message to let her know that she has to go to the Lost and Found sale and retrieve her things.
Amazing, that would be great.
Tomorrow, Marlborough is hosting the Southern California Girl Up Summit from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., and there are a number of exciting speakers and workshops.
On Saturday, March 3rd, Oakwood's Gender Equality Club is hosting its 3rd biannual Women's Space Conference to gather the community in conversation, inquiry, and unity to discuss the status of women and gender equity in various spaces in our lives. For more information and the link to register for either event, check Sarah's weekly email.
Today's biographical video in honor of Black History Month is on Thurgood Marshall. Hope you enjoy.
We must dissent from the indifference. We must dissent from the apathy. We must dissent from the fear, the hatred, and the mistrust. We must dissent from a nation that has buried its head in the sand, waiting in vain for the needs of its poor, its elderly, and its sick to disappear and just blow away. We must dissent from a government that has left its young without jobs, education, or hope. We must dissent from the poverty of vision and the absence of moral leadership. We must dissent because America can do better, because America has no choice but to do better. Thurgood Marshall was an intrinsic figure in the civil rights movement in the United States. He began his work at the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, where he successfully guided the litigation that would dismantle the Jim Crow laws. He continued his work as the first Black Supreme Court Justice. Marshall holds the record for most cases argued in front of the Supreme Court with 32 cases, and out of those 32 cases, he won 29. Marshall is known for being both a strong and outspoken liberal seated on a court of primarily conservatives, and for his thoughtful and powerful dissents. One of Marshall's biggest accomplishments occurred during his time at the NAACP. He won the Brown versus Board of Education case that refuted the separate but equal doctrine and required that schools be desegregated. This case particularly struck home for Marshall because as a college graduate, he had hoped to attend the University of Maryland's law school, but he was denied because he was Black. Thurgood Marshall's lasting legacy as one of the three most important leaders in the civil rights movement, along with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, will surely be everlasting.
Okay, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching.
Stay stressed, my friends.
See you next week on VTV News.